Thank you again for joining us, Pediatric Martial Arts YouTube channel. I'm here. My name is Master Del Sordo. For all your needs, pediatricmartialarts@gmail.com. You can give me at any time. Today I want to work on the pictures that you've seen in one of my previous videos. I touched on a few of them. Today we're going to do them all. The reason I want to do that is because if you've been with me in any of my programs with your special needs child, or maybe you've been doing it yourself with me, you'll know that these are something that we use on a regular basis. I've been using these for probably over 20 years for self-regulation. It's just nice to know that when you do these and you put them down, you're finished, you're done, your internal clock is reset. You can do these anytime, anywhere, go back to the video, just pick up where you left off. And if you do them correctly, they should take at least 15 to 20 minutes. Today we're going to go through them with a little bit of talk and explanation, so we should be right around that time again. So for now, again, same place in your house, same equipment you might be using, be as consistent as possible. That's all I can say. That's the big key here. So we're going to start off with attention. Attention or cherry up. I don't know if you can see it as well from there, but I will pull them off and show you at the same time. I have the larger ones, but these are, I'm just leaving them on the board so you can understand what I'm going to do with them and their purpose. If you hold one up, put it down, it's not the same as what I'm going to be showing you now. And keep in mind, there's other ways of doing this. If you're a special needs parent or a professional teacher or paraprofessional, you may have a clipboard, you may have a Velcro booklet with all the pictures on it, and they're taking them off and they're putting them back on, whether it's for rewards or whatever. You're welcome to ask me for this through an email, and I'll send you some of these too as well. Or just use pictures of your own that you might have, and maybe take pictures of your child doing something in a move and then put them in a booklet, laminate them. You know what to do. But the bottom line is, you do them the way I'm going to show you, they're going to work really well. Attention or cherry up. When you see this, and again, I want you to make sure you see the whole body, not like this, not like this, not like this. This is attention. It's called cherry up. When you see this, maybe you want to count. Dual set. 1, 2, 3. And then what we're going to do is you can take this off. If you have a set of these at home and I've given you a set, your child will now take this off and put it down. Your child will take it off and put it down. Next one is kyungre, bow. We're going to do a big bow. And then come forward, okay? The amount of time you put into each one of these is up to you, but maintain consistency. When you get to some of these and you feel like you want to use a count or a timer, whatever you feel you want to use, that's great. Just be consistent, okay? After we do number 2, what happens? We take that down, okay? Again, it's something I would strongly suggest you allow your child to do, not necessarily yourself. Engage the child so they're just as involved in this as you are. Chunbi. Chunbi jaze, ready. Chunbi means ready. Jaze means stance or posture, stature. Open your feet, shoulder width apart. Hands are lightly closed right here. Again, hana, dual, set. 3 times, 3 seconds, 3 count. Child's going to take off ready stance. As you can see, what's happening is we're going down the line. When these are finished, we're done. We are done. And then you say, thank you, and you did a nice job to your child, and you go on your way. If for whatever reason you want to use this as a reward system, and that child's acting up at about here, you're welcome to put these back, because that's what I do in the studio. Put them right back and start over. It's an amazing tool to get somebody's focus when they didn't want to do this in the first place. Might take you a while, but it works. And after you get your point across, you won't have to worry about it again. Middle punch. Chungdan kungkyuk. Chungdan means middle. Kungkyuk means attack, or punch in this case. All right? Middle punch. I'd like you to try and, as you'll see in the other videos, I try to maintain some good stances and good postures in everything I do. That's really key for energy transfer, energy from head to toe. So you might want to put something on the floor that you can stand on in order to get this posture. You start off here with a middle punch. Your hand should stay in the middle every time you punch, not moving it around. So we're going to count 3, because we did 3 already. Hana, dual, set. If for whatever reason you didn't like what they did, you want to do 3 again, do 3 again. But don't go to 4, 5, 6, 7. Do 3 again. Hana, dual, set. And if you're satisfied, switch the feet. We do on one side, we do on the other side. Again, hana, dual, set. They perform correctly. RO, which is our return. What do they do next? They take off number 4. Great job in between, lots of praise. High block, Sangdan Maki. Maybe you can't see it from there. Sangdan Maki. Okay? And these are pretty big. You should have smaller ones. I'm doing that for a visual for you. So where we are again with these feet. Here we are again, all right? I like to use different colored dots. I love using different colored dots because you can always say red dot, blue dot, yellow dot, orange dot, pick a color, versus left and right. It's very confusing to tell a child left and right. It's good to reinforce it, but it might not be the easiest thing to do initially. So why use colors? Front leg, back leg, red leg, blue leg, okay? Bring it out like this, Sangdamaki, Hana, dual, set. If you want to add key up in there, which means yell, you're welcome to do it. It's not a number, it just means yell. So if you want to go, Hana, dual, set, and then key up, unfortunately, your child's going to think you want them to do 4. Key up's not a number. Let's try it again. Hana, dual, and set. That's 3 on each side. Borrow. What's next? You tell me. Pretty self-explanatory. At this point right now, if your child's anxious and they want to get out of there, you want to give them a break, that's up to you. Otherwise, I like to finish this and let them understand that our break is at the end. At the end. Okay? This is Akchanaki. Front snap kick intermediate. Akchanaki Chungan Jazi. Chungan means intermediate. For anything, Chungan means intermediate. Okay, so what we're going to do is stand on one leg and keep our balance for, okay, I guess we're going to stuck with 3. If you'd like to use something to give them a gauge as far as how high to go, then give them something to pick their leg up over. And count. Hana, dual, and set. What do we do the other side? Hana, dual, and set. Please reinforce. Toes are up. Knee is up. Nothing's behind your body like this. Hands are up. If you don't get this, start again until you get it the way you're supposed to get it. That's the way you do it. We finish with that. Pull it off. Akchanaki. Now we're doing our front snap kick. If you maintain the height here, reuse it. Something soft, nothing heavy, no chairs. If you do, put a pillow on it, put a blanket on it. I don't want to see you smash your toes, okay? Because if you don't have your toes up like this, like we told you 2 seconds ago, guess what's going to happen? They're going to hit something on the way up. So knee up, toes up, extend the foot. 3 count. Hana, dual, set. What do we do? Other side. Hands up. Hana, dual, set. Now, one thing you can do, which I just thinking about now, I just happen to have a target. You can have a pillow, child's favorite toy. Sometimes there are toys in their hand all the time, no matter what we want to do, that toy is going everywhere with them. It could be anything. Hug it. Hold on to it. This will keep their hands up for better balance and protection. That's what we do in class. This is not something we want to see. Look at this picture here. His hands are up, and that's what we want to see. So we're done with that. That goes back, okay? We're done. So they know that when they get to here, they're done, okay? So next thing we do is fold, chin up, again. Did a nice job with that. What do? They take it off. This process works seamlessly if you do it correct. Now, just like we did in the beginning, what do we bow for? So hello, goodbye, thank you. It's a greeting. Say thank you. Could be thank you, sir. Could be thank you, ma'am. Could be thank you to siblings' name. Could be thank you, mom. Thank you, dad. But get a thank you, because it's not about just the culture and the history and tradition we're trying to teach. It's more about respect for each other, eye contact, breathing. That's how we get regulated. Breathe. If there's no breathing between these techniques and no attempt to count, then you're going to be like this. You won't get as much of a benefit as you should. So you finish there with a bow. You said thank you for all the reasons we just mentioned. Take it off. Last one, meditation. Okay? You could sit down, cross your legs, eyes closed, count to 3. If you do anything different, this is the time to do it, because you're not going to repeat it anywhere else. Maybe you go to a 10 count because you really want that person to sit there and relax. Again, We're not in the perfect situation to be doing meditation anywhere. There's too much noise in most cases. But you want to do as much as you can to bring that child or yourself into an area that's pretty quiet and not a lot of distractions, because meditation is important, especially in the finish of this. And this is something you can do anytime, anywhere, whenever. So from that point now, this is going to be close your eyes, hands on your knees, and you can say the term muk yum and then count. Hana, dul, set. If you go to 5, net, das it. If you can't remember the numbers and you want them from me, I'll be more than happy to give them to you. Or look it up online, Korean counting from 1 to 10. All right. If you have to, go 1 to 10 in English. But you got to remember, if you do something here, you don't want to change it here. So if you're going to count here in English, then keep it in English all the way through, but never switch in between. That's just a rule of thumb that I have. Get to there. We are done. Your child's happy. Normally what will happen now is you put everything away. But if tomorrow or the next day or another hour from now you decide you want to do this again, this board is pretty much blank in my studio. They put these up and they take these down again. It's their job. So before they do anything, they're going to say, oh, that one goes there and that one goes there, and they're going to know. The ones that I use, excuse me, the ones that I use when I'm on the floor in a private session in a very small contained area are on a board like this. Nothing more than a clipboard with an envelope in the back with a I'm finished, all done pack. And what they do is, these again are off already. They're going to take all these, which are numbered, and either figure out where they go by that, or to be honest with you, after you do these enough, you can mix these up and they'll put them exactly where they belong. That's the goal I have. Not only to get somebody regulated, but for them to know these so backwards and forwards that now we can add to them and expand on them. So between attention and bow and then ready stance and our punch and our high block, at that point, we could do other things. Maybe we could do a punch and a kick. Maybe we do a punch and a kick. Maybe we do a block and a kick and a punch. I don't know. You can always mix it up. It's a lot of fun. There are thousands of ways to use this process. I only gave you one. So from here, attention and bow. And I thank you for coming to watch again. Again, Pediatric Martial Arts at gmail.com. You can get me there anytime. Thank you for joining.